The missile had not even launched yet, but hundreds of engineers and military personnel were standing around it. On October 24, 1960, at the Soviet test range at Baikonur, preparations were underway for the first flight test of the new R-16 intercontinental ballistic missile. Problems had already appeared the day before. The control system had issued incorrect commands and pyrotechnic devices had activated when they were not supposed to. Under normal safety procedures, the missile should have been drained and returned for further testing. One officer reportedly argued strongly for exactly that, but preparations continued. The R-16 was already fully loaded with toxic hypergolic propellants, chemicals that ignite when they contact each other. Technicians continued working directly on and around the fueled missile. The commander of the Soviet Strategic Rocket Forces, Marshal Mitrofan Nedlin, also remained near the launch pad, personally watching the preparations. According to the later State Commission report, about 100 people were required for the operation, but roughly 150 additional people were also present on the pad. At 6:45 p.m., technicians began resetting part of the control system. Then something catastrophic happened. The second stage engine suddenly ignited. That engine was supposed to start only after the missile was already in flight, and the first stage had separated. Instead, its exhaust fired directly into the stage below. The flame burned through the first stage oxidizer tank. Within seconds, the missile was engulfed in a massive fire. Burning and toxic propellants swept across the launch site. Many of those standing nearby had almost no chance to escape. Marshal Nedlin and scores of engineers and military personnel were killed. The exact death toll remains disputed. The official commission recorded 74 deaths at the site, while later Soviet accounts that included people who died from their injuries placed the total at more than 100. Then the Soviet government hid what had happened. For years, Nedlin's death was publicly attributed to an aviation accident. The real story of the catastrophe did not appear openly in the Soviet press until 1989, nearly 3 decades later. The R-16 program eventually continued, and the missile entered service. But the disaster left a much darker lesson. The engine malfunction was only the final trigger. The real failure was allowing hundreds of people to remain beside a fully fueled missile, while serious faults were still being repaired.